The China's attack team arrived at Jojo Island. They were all surprised when they arrived and said, "Is this the upper district of Jeju? It's no different from a ghost town. These carcasses. Did they start to eat each other? There must be a predator." Amongst them, Goto Ryuji called the rest of the teams and said, "This is Alpha. Respond in order." They said Bravo over. C Charlie over. D Delta over. Goto Ryuji said firmly, "Everyone. Release I now." All the teams unleashed their power to attract the ants' attention. The Korean team was surprised by the intensity of the pressure they felt and said, "That felt like some enormous magical impact. The Japanese must have started their attack." That felt like some enormous magical impact. Ant swarms quickly gathered towards the Japanese team's energy family. The flame warrior stood up and said, "Allow me to take care of them." He fired fireballs but was surprised when he found that they had no effect on them and said, "As I thought, that amount of flames will do nothing to them." So he decided to shoot a huge ball of flame and said, "The helicopter may shake quite a bit, so make sure to hold on tight. The ants have evolved quite a bit. They are much different from last time. They seem to have a similar resistance to the ones in ranked dungeons, where I have to make sure to focus quite a bit on my flames. I will first scope out how strong these guys are." "Wait a second, Master Choi." His friend asked, "Will Master Choi be okay?" Chai said, "I'm sure he'll be fine. After all, his magic thrives the most when he has to face more than one enemy." Choi said, "This will be my first time in a while, since I've last played with ants. Back when I was a kid, I would use a lighter to burn you guys. Every time I burned one, they would make these loud popping noises. Now the only noises I hear are loud explosions." He said to the others, "It's safe for you guys to come down now." The yellow warrior said, "The plan we're following right now can become much like our previous attempts. We could end up getting trapped inside the ant cave and perish. The Japanese hunters can only pull their aggro for about 1 hour. Within that time frame, we must go and kill the queen. To keep it short, just be prepared for anything. If it's US, there won't be any issue. Let's get going." In an exciting scene, warriors jump from the plane. At the second DDH-184 will also commence our attacks. The captain of the naval ship said, "Activate the electric jamming waves. With this, the ants shouldn't be able to receive signals from their queen." Kumamoto regretted going with them, but his friend in the team told him, "Snap out of it, Kumamoto, otherwise you're going to die." The ex-warrior asked her other friend, "At this rate, don't you think we're going to end up killing all of the ants before the Korean team kills the ant queen?" He replied, "It's possible." "Where did Kenzo go?" she said. "He's playing tag with the ants. He's going around destroying the wings of the ones that can fly, acting like a kid, as usual." Team D Delta, "I can see fireworks near the entrance of the ant tunnel. I think his name was Choi Jong-un. It's probably the work of that guy." Snow Warrior said, "My ice and his flames. I wonder what will happen if we both clash." His friend said, "It's going to be cold then hot. What else would happen?" The Korean team was in the crater saying, "So this is the Bangnokdam crater lake. I heard this place was famous for its beauty. Now it's a complete mess. It's nothing more than an ant house at this point," Choi said. "Although the extent of my flame prison is used primarily for tying up enemies, ants below B rank shouldn't be able to get over this wall. I will now search for the entrance." Shui shot many fireballs into all the holes in the walls. Gogo asked, "What are you doing?" Ku said, "The tunnels are like a winding maze. If we aren't careful, we're only going to end up getting lost, or coming right back to where we started. I'm going to assume the Ant Queen is located at a place where an explosion wouldn't be able to reach her. If that's the case, it has to be that way," Gogo said, as expected of Choi Jong-un. "He's a reliable teammate. Let us go in." Meanwhile, Gino was doing his daily morning training. This is usually a lively neighborhood, but it seems there's nobody around today. He said, "I guess the raid on Jeju Island began. The S-rank hunters on the Korean and the Japanese teams were undoubtedly some of the strongest hunters out there. There's no point in me watching the raid anyway. Even without me, I'm sure they're skilled enough to successfully complete it," Ku said. "Aside from these few, all the ants we encountered were expected." Bao Warrior said, "This is the first time I'm seeing these bastards. Are they the Queen's royal guards or something?" Either way, they're a little too weak. Their eyes are atrophied. I guess they were evolved to specifically guard the insides of the ant tunnel. Then it shouldn't be too hard to kill them. As long as they're not the Queen's royal guards, then there won't be anything that can stop us, the therapist said. Do you really think the Queen is here? Because there are cases in history where the king would abandon their people and flee. Gog said. They're just ants. They won't know how to do that. Besides, this is an island. They won't have anywhere else to flee to. The cameraman said. It's pretty dark in here. Will this capture everything properly? Well, I'm sure the main headquarters provided me with a decent one. Because of the fireballs, the team discovered the right way to the Queen's room, and when they arrived, they were all surprised to see us. It's the breeding ground. If the breeding ground is here, it means the Queen's nest is nearby. Then those ants from earlier were guarding these eggs. I will burn them all, Cruz said. The therapist said, wait, out of all these hatched EGGs, that one alone is the biggest. Night can't be an ND. Right, what the fuck spawned here? Was it a royal guard? Then Gogo said, we just need to focus on killing the Queen. Don't pay attention to Omicroning. Ill. I can see why Byung-gu is alarmed. Meanwhile, the Japanese team was in the forest fighting ants. Kenzo, you look like a mess. These bastards were pretty annoying. They had some sort of strategy in mind, because they were flying at me in different formations. I probably killed around 30 of them, but I also ended up injuring my shoulder and hip as well. Do you want me to heal you? She said, Linder one condition, though. Shimizu, stop messing around and just heal me. Shimizu said, but I have something that I want. It's not money this time. Kenzo asked, what is it then? You have more money than me in the first place. Young kid like you is already addicted to the taste of money. Stop fooling around. The ants are coming. It's nearby. Stay on guard and hurry up. What do you want? Suddenly everyone was shocked by what happened. Without any warning, Shimizu had suddenly flew off her body. Then bastard, the two screamed in shock. But at the same moment, the third fighter's head was cut off. Meanwhile, Kenzo was shocked and tried to attack the strange entity that caused all this destruction, but he met the same fate. Then the last remaining warrior tried to do anything and attack the monster. But within moments the entire team was killed and lying on the ground. To follow the rest of the events, wait for us in the new episode. Thank you.